So after the craziness that was the Gold Cup, now focus switches to the World Cup out in Qatar. Who's going to qualify from the CONCACAF nations? We'll take a little look at it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video today. We look forward to the CONCACAF World Cup qualifying campaign to start up, get going as the course nations battle for the spot out in Qatar. We'll take a look at that in just a second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button to keep your bang up today with all things World Cup related, Blackburn Rovers related, World Cup qualifying related. We're going to go here under one rooski. That's right, we're taking a look at nations around the world, and today we're focusing off, of course, the Americas. That's right, we'll take a look at that in a minute. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the Patreons, boys and girls. Do appreciate your loving. Thank you for your support behind the scenes. If you want to become the latest brother from another mother, a new best mate for life, come around for Thanksgiving, all that kind of jazz, get involved, patreon.com/Roseseas. But anyway, let's take a look at it. Of course, it is the CONCACAF situation. Let's have a look at it then, shall we? We're going to go back a little bit to see how we got to this stage, of course, over in CONCACAF. That's right, of course, USA, of course, victors of the Nations League, victors of the Gold Cup as well. We'll fancy the chances, of course, but and of course the Gold Cup saw the US play a bit of a fringe 11, but of course it was still good enough for them to go through. These, of course, are the qualifying groups that got to this stage, the final 8 now. I think we've got over in the Americas. So El Salvador got themselves through over in Group A, coming out on top without suffering a defeat. Montserrat, though, were close behind, but of course some of the chief boys are in there. Canada also squeaked by a bunch of teams there. Suriname as well were a little bit unlucky to not get to the stage as well. But of course, El Salvador, Canada go through. They are joined by Curacao, of course, going through on goal difference, it looks like, over the likes of Guatemala as well. So they'll be in there, of course, trying to cause some problems as well. As will Panama, coming through 100% as well. 12 points for a respectable 12. Dominican Republic was second in that group, over in Group D as well. Into Group E, Haiti, they squeezed by. I think not all of these guys go through here. Of course, there was some playoff matches as well. So Haiti came out on top of Group E over the likes of Nicaragua as well. I think there was abandoned when I look at this now. I think it was abandoned, so they did something else. Oh, no, this one wasn't abandoned. St. Lucia just couldn't get a team together. Yeah, so that's the situation for them. And, of course, Group F, St. Kitts and came through on top of Group F. Over the likes of Trinidad and Tobago, of course. So then we're left with this. Of course, this is the Grateful Eight. Of course, USA, Mexico, Jamaica, and Costa Rica probably came through, maybe through the Nations League. I don't know how they came through, but of course, Canada, El Salvador, Honduras, and Panama, I think they came through via those group winners. And then there was a playoff, and of course, ultimately they came through to join this. Now, the situation in the CONCACAF situation, this is the third round. Top 3 go through to the World Cup in Qatar. The 4th place team plays an Interconfederation playoff match, and that match will be, I think the teams involved will be a 4th place from the Asian representatives, the 5th place team out in South Africa, and the 2nd round winner over in Oceania, maybe the likes of New Zealand already. You'd probably think that it's probably a dead rubber for that, or a dead cert. But that's the situation, of course, for this group. So we're now going to jump in the deep end and have a little look at the first round of matches. Of course, now we are on a prediction league. This is, of course, going to be squeaky clean, brand new prediction league. If you want to get involved, it is simple, free to enter. Of course, Cutley/WC22 CONCACAF. There it is. And again, that's a static link. It'll be all for this and this one alone. So when we come back for match number 2, it'll be the same link. So get involved, and that's the best place to do. But anyway, just the 4 games, of course, to take a look at it this time around. And here they come. Of course, do we fancy our chances on this one? We're going to kick it all off with Canada up against Honduras, of course. Again, must win your home games pretty much, and of course, to keep in the consideration to get through to the next stage. Of course, 11 times they've played each other since 2004. 2 wins, just 2 wins for Canada, 5 wins for Honduras, and 4 draws. Of course, when we turn back the clock to the Gold Cup, Alphonso Davies wasn't involved. Of course, there were some other key players as well, key figures for Canada that were just not there. But of course, they did do themselves a bit of justice getting through to the latter stages of the tournament. But Honduras were also a difficult unit to play against. Anyway, of course, the British are 11 times, 2 wins for Canada, 5 wins for Honduras. The biggest win for Canada over Honduras was a 1-0 win. The biggest win the other way was an 8-1 win for Honduras, of course. There's been 4 draws as well. 67% form heading into this Canada, 58% form for Honduras, of course. Last time picture there was, of course, in the Gold Cup back in 2017. There was a 0-0 draw. In fact, Canada's last win was back in 2015. Heading into this, of course, Canada did crash out at the semi-final stage to Mexico. But of course, prior to that, they beat Costa Rica. They lost to USA. Picked up wins against Haiti and Martinique as well. As for Honduras, they crashed out of the quarterfinal stage, also losing to Mexico, but they also lost to Qatar. They picked up a narrow win against Panama and also a win against Grenada as well. So will the Rayo Canada please stand up? We'll have to wait and see who will show up on this one, but I'm going to go with, I think, the Canadians on this one. 2-0 win at home. You're going to win those home games to stand any old chance to get through to, of course, the top 3, of course. Anyway, let's kick on further then, shall we? Of course, the next one we have Panama, taking, of course, Costa Rica. These two sides are so narrowly level. You know what I mean? It's like a paper thin difference between the quality of these two nations, of course. Anyway, played on the 2019 times to 2005, 7 wins for Panama, 8 wins for Costa Rica, 4 draws. The biggest win for Panama was a 2-0 win. The biggest win the other way was a 3-0 win. Of course, heading into this, 50% form for Panama, winning just once though the past 5. Meanwhile, Costa Rica coming to just 1 defeat the past 5 for them heading into this. Of course, last time played in Costa in Panama was a 2-1 win for Panama back in 2017. It was a World Cup qualifying campaign. It was in the 5th round of the CONCACAF, which is a bit weird. Maybe the 5th round of this group stage, perhaps on this one. Heading into this, of course, Costa Rica did play a friendly back in 2008. In August. It was a 0-0 draw against El Salvador. They did lose to Costa. Did lose to Canada in the quarterfinal stages of the Gold Cup. Big wins over Jamaica and Suriname and Guadeloupe to top the group 100% in the Gold Cup. As for their host, Panama on this one, coming to this on the back of a win against Grenada. They did lose to Honduras and they did pick up a draw against Qatar, who are a bit of a dark horse, of course, in the Gold Cup last time around. But for me, I'm going to go with on this one, tight one. Going to go with a draw. That's what I said, paper thin difference between these two nations, as of course they will want to get their home wins or points early doors on this one. Next, of course, we have Mexico taking on Jamaica, brother. That's right, beer can. Get your beer can ready. Played each other 10 times in 2003, 6 wins for Mexico, 2 wins for Jamaica, and 2 draws. Of course, the biggest win for Mexico over Jamaica was a 5-0 win. The biggest win the other way was just a 1-0 win. Of course, Jamaica coming to back-to-back defeats for them. Meanwhile, Mexico coming to just 1 defeat at the past 6 games. Of course, last time played each other in Mexico. We're going to go in Mexico. I'm trying to find it. In Mexico, I believe, was a 0-0 draw back in 2013. That was, of course, a traditional World Cup qualifying match way back when. Of course, they did play each other in 2017 in the Gold Cup knockout stages. It was a 1-0 win for Jamaica. In fact, you're going to about 2016 for Mexico's last win over Jamaica. In fact, back-to-back games, back-to-back clean sheets for Jamaica over Mexico, of course. Heading into this, of course, Mexico coming to us on the back of that overtime or extra time loss to USA in the Gold Cup final. Prior to that, they beat Canada, beat Honduras, beat El Salvador as well. They did immaculate clean sheets record over in the Gold Cup. As for Jamaica, they did lose to eventual winners USA in the Gold Cup. They also lost to Costa Rica as well, beating the likes of Guadeloupe and Suriname as well. So maybe a bit more chance for the new boys to settle in for Jamaica, but I don't think they're going to get it over the line this round. In Mexico, I think Mexico will win this one 3-0, quite big as well, to again get themselves off to a fantastic start. And then finally we have El Salvador taking on, of course, Gold Cup Nations League winners USA. But this game will be on the road for the USA. Played each other 10 times since 2003. However, El Salvador have yet to beat USA in, of course, since 2003 anyway. 9 wins out of the last 10 for USA, just 1 draw. Of course, the biggest win for USA over El Salvador was a 6-0 win. They came into this 100% form as well, winning 6 on the bounce. So El Salvador come to this without a win in 3. Of course, last time I played each other in El Salvador, I believe, it was a World Cup qualifying match back in 2004. It was a 2-0 win for USA. Of course, USA came to this on the back of a tremendous Gold Cup, just conceding 1 goal throughout the thing, beating Mexico in the final as well. As for El Salvador, of course, they did draw with Costa Rica in a friendly. Prior to that, they lost in the quarterfinal stage, though, in the Gold Cup against Qatar. So they ain't no slouches, and of course, they give themselves a good account of themselves as well. Heading into this, though, a tricky one for the USA to start with, but I think they're still going to have to do too much quality in the end. 3-1 win to take it to the house and again get themselves off to a fantastic start. Of course, we'll have match number 2 for this one very, very soon, but of course, get involved with the Prediction League right here, right now. It's free to enter, Cutley/WC22 CONCACAF, boys and girls. That's it. Be sure to give the video some love and smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe, check out the links down below on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course, Patreon as well. But until then, give the video some love, and I'll see you soon for the next one, whenever that is. Until then, we're done.